I never knew somebody would come on this show and tell me that Pilates also connects back to this triangle.
For me, it does, right? And that's the thing, not for everybody, but for me, like I said, that's one of the pillars. Like I wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be moving, I wouldn't be walking. So it's like everyone might have their own things, but for me, like I said, like you joked, it's food, family, Pilates, those things
Yeah.
they kind of get me to be where I am. And then
Yeah.
like you throw in some other fitness, like I love playing squash and just being active, and all of those things together kind of make me who I am.
Mhm. You're actually carrying on the legacy of Joseph really well, because
I appreciate
even his reason of creating Pilates was that he wanted to create something that encompasses everything, mind, body, and the soul.
Yeah.
So I think Pilates was technically a combination of everything, to see fitness from a holistic perspective.
Exactly, right? There's not, I wouldn't say there's like one way to do anything correctly, but again, you have to do multiple things, and they tie it back to, if there's something you're doing and you don't like it, you're not going to stick with it,
Mhm.
which means you're going to stop doing it, and then you're getting away from the movement aspect, right? Which deteriorates on the mental aspect, and then that can go into like the food, and you start eating things to feel better or eating things for instant gratification, but that's not going to get you what you wanted, whether it's feeling good or anti-inflammatory or pain-free or the body you want. So it's all connected. It's all, like you said, it's a triangle.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? With today's diet, like, I love sugar.
I do too. I'm not going to lie.
Surprisingly, I have stopped getting it, because if there's a packet, and I sometimes work from home,
Yeah.
and if I walk into the kitchen, I see a packet, and I just see it there. Like sometimes you get it because it's going to last a week. The moment you open it, it's gone the same day. It's so hard to resist.
I completely get that. And for me, it's like, I've gone to this thing where like, if I love candy, if I'm going to eat a candy, I'm going to give a candy away. And it's so much harder to give candy away, especially when you bought it. You're like, why am I doing this? I'm just wasting my money right now. But it's like, you also have to go out of your way to give it to somebody that will actually take it, because like, you can't go to a stranger and be like, here, do you want some candy? That's weird, right? So it's like, oh, now I got to drive to my friend's house and give him a candy. I'm like, oh, it's not worth it. Okay. Or like you said, just don't have it in the house, because I'm thinking like, do I really want this chocolate bar? It's like an hour on the Stairmaster to burn the calories for that. I'm like, is it worth
This is
it?
exactly how
Like,
I
is it
think.
worth
Yeah.
and then I'm like, no, it's never worth it, but it feels good. But then again, then it doesn't feel good, because like I said, if I eat too much sugar, then I know like my knees start hurting, or right. So it's like that instant gratification doesn't help my long-term goal, and that's where I kind of have to readjust my mind, being like, is this going to serve me, and is this going to serve Nathan in a year or in 10 days? It's like, and then I know personally my family genetics are not great, right? So one thing in my head is like diabetes runs in it. So I'm like, okay, I have to cut sugar down, especially as I get older, because I want to be there for my family. I want to be there for my kids, set a good example. So it's like, is this one candy going to be the thing that helps me or hurts me in terms of what I want to do long term? Is it getting me closer to the age of 100 so I can beat that world record, or is it taking away from that? So that's kind of how I logically try and justify it. It doesn't always work, but
if you think your genetics are bad, try meeting an Indian family. Like, growing up, I got this notion, like somehow unconsciously, I started being afraid of carbs. Because if I have to get to a single digit body fat, and I've been to competitions, so I was a physique athlete.
Okay.
So I competed when I was in the university, won a gold medal in my first one, and the second was a silver medal.
Okay.
Loved it. That was my peak. But that time I was taking like insane amount of supplements, which was like fat burners, L-carnitine. I still take L-carnitine, but protein, just eggs, full high, like 200 grams of protein and no carbs. So I've seen my peak. You get those 8-pack abs, you have those like lines, you have those V-taper.
Yeah.
But the moment you eat a bread, you have this bloating. I'm like, what the hell? There are people out there who can eat a pizza and not gain anything. And the moment I eat something, I just get bloated. And with Indian genetics, they gain weight so fast.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. I don't know. That's a stressor, right? Because like, you're running away from carbs. But if you like carbs, like every now and then in moderation, right? Because now at least I personally believe, like, if you're always avoiding something that you like, that's also a stress, right? And I'm not saying like use it like Pavlov's dog and where it's a treat or anything, but like you want to live, you want to have it. So
Yeah.
if you want red a little bit every now and then, you just know that you're gonna have to do X, Y, and Z to either burn that or to not have inflammation. So it's tricky. Like there's no right answer, and that's why it's like, especially with the fitness industry, seeing like, oh, do this and you'll get this. I'm like, everyone's different. Like you can't. There's no cookie cutter. It's not like if I eat this only, then I'm gonna get this. It's like we even factor in hormones, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? Like hormones play a huge part on it. Whether someone's older, younger, premenopausal, depending on what part of their cycle they're in, like all of those things factor into it, right? And that's why, like for me, I try and keep it as simple as possible for my clients because, again, the more you dive into the weeds, and I could, the more people you lose. So it's like, when you eat something, does it agree with you and does it make you happy? Like if you don't like broccoli, I'm not going to tell you to eat mountains of broccoli. You're not going to do it, right? But like if you love chocolate, I'm not going to tell you to eat mountains of chocolate either. I'm like, that maybe once a week, like maybe not, right? So it's just kind of finding that like happy medium of like happiness and health.
Yeah, it's all about feeling good.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So the last 1 week, like as I told you before this, that we have been having butter chicken with roti,
Okay.
and we just went all out because we starved ourselves of bread for so long that when we just tasted it once, for like days we just wanted to have it. It's like pure chicken tikka, malai chicken with tandoori roti. Best combination. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Yes.
See, but that's the thing. Like again, it's 1 week of your life and it makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, when I see people and they're like, "Oh, I gained like 30 pounds or this and this and this," it's like that didn't happen in 1 week,
Yes.
right? That is, if you said like, "Hey, 6 weeks from now we've only had butter chicken night and day," I'd be like, "Okay, maybe you want to
Slow
like
down
slow
a
it
bit."
down a little bit, right? Like, probably don't want to do that for the rest of your life, right? But it's just like, if it's 1 week, again, you already know maybe I should cut it back, maybe I should, right? Like, but enjoy your life. Like we're only here for 80 to 100 years. Like, do you want
Hey, you want to live more than 100, you have to run that race.
That's true. That's true. I'm going to be here longer for a little bit just because I got to beat that record, right? But it's just like, yeah, you want to enjoy the things and you want to make memories. Like, I am a big person on memories, right? And that's where, like, going back to like the food part, most memories that we have are related to food or at a restaurant or anything. So it's like, I'm thinking of like my favorite times with like my aunt, and it's like we're cooking. I'm thinking about celebrations and there's food, right? And usually, like, I know for me personally, it's like I'm overeating food, and that's why the exercise comes in. But it's like, it's that triangle we were talking about where it's like, does it make you happy? Does it serve you to your goal? And does it help you feel good? And if you got those things, then can't be that bad.
Do you ever stress eat?
I don't think so. I'm not
No?
really like I try not to get stressed too often. Like my body obviously stresses, but my personality, I always have this mantra of like, if it's not gonna affect me in 5 years, it's not gonna affect me now. And then I will literally be like, hey, if something annoys me or angers me, I set a time frame. I'm gonna be angry for the next hour and then let it go. Right? Or it's like, hey, I have 12 hours maximum, be angry about it, and then wash it away. It's I always admired like Buddhist monks and like the whole like drawing in the sand because nothing's permanent, right? And that's how, like, for me, I don't know, it's a lot of effort to be like angry or stressed. Like, the world is hard enough as is. I'm not trying to make it harder for myself. So it's like, okay, this wasn't ideal, but then like, what's my gratitude toward? Or everything you can look at a positive note, right? Like you said, I was 30 minutes late for today, but then it helped out because now we don't have sun glaring, right? So that's one thing I took out. Like, I was late because a delivery came in late, but the delivery came in the same day, just later than I expected. We didn't run out of things, and I'm glad the delivery came in and it didn't not come in because I wouldn't have certain things in my restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And we were running low on them, so it's a good thing. Yeah, late is better than not showing up. And then I was able to see some team members that I haven't seen in a while. So it's just like, how do you spin it so that things are positive? Because I always say it's really easy to point out the negative things in life anyone can do that, it's really hard to change your mindset and be like, what was the positive? Because as you mentioned at the beginning, it's like everything happens for a reason. And we might not know that reason at that time, but looking back and reflecting, like I can say like there's not too many regrets in my life, if any. And everything that's happened has kind of built me to the person I am today. And hopefully that's a positive person. Hopefully that's somebody that my wife and my kids can be proud of, that I was in their life. Because it's like, yeah, just try and do right by myself and the people around me.
No, that it's. I would say never say hopefully.
Well, you
Because,
never know till, right?
you
Like,
know, this is something that I believe in. So, firstly, even when you mentioned that you thought that you are late, late is something that, again, it all comes down to how we see things. You can see it as late, but it was all supposed to happen in divine timing.
that's true.
Let's say me showing a certain behavior, I can call it good or I can call it bad, but it's me who's labeling it. So it's at the end who we have a tendency to label our characteristics as good or bad.
That's true.
And that puts further stress on us. So you can see it everything as neutral. And once you start connecting the dot backwards, you see how your life has built up to what it is
No, very true.
now.
Very true. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.